against Everton and Auxerre. Brazilian Edu replaced the suspended Patrick Vieira in Arsenal's midfield. That's the only change after Champions League defeat here in midweek. Edu partnering compatriot Gilberto. Dennis Bergkamp was fit enough to claim a place on the bench, along with Robert Pires, who reappeared in midweek after a 7-month absence. Egil Ostenstad made a 50th league start for Blackburn, partnering Dwight York up front. Matt Jansen was on the bench. Damien Duff and Andy Cole both missing with hamstring trouble, and one change to the side that beat Newcastle, Tugai returning to replace Keith Gillespie. Arsene Wenger had hoped Arsenal could make history by going the entire season unbeaten. Graham Souness hoped his side could become the first visitors to win in the league here since last December. Commentary from Rob Palmer.
The unthinkable, the third defeat for Arsenal. They're up against Blackburn Rovers, one of only 3 teams to win the Premier League since its formation. Manchester United the others, and that is what Arsenal have in their sights again this season. They need to get back on track as their team... Oh, disaster! Anything that can go wrong for Arsenal at the moment is going wrong. Credit must go to York, who didn't give up the chase. Sloppy defending, uncharacteristic from Arsenal, and a nightmare moment for Edu. Youngberg, Kanu, Henry playing a deeper role. That's a fantastic pass. Built all sprints and puts it right across the face of goal, and somehow remarkably doesn't go in. Henry plays it in there over the bar. The gods are just not on Arsenal's side at the moment. That is a fantastic move. It's 2-on-1 at the back post. Berg on the floor, and he kept it out with his hip. Youngberg. This is shot block, still chasing his built-on. Friedel with a great save. Arsenal misfiring on a few occasions, but at least they're having shots. Sigan at the near post. That's where it's aimed. Ball for Henry! Great save, Friedel. The best opportunity so far for Arsenal to equalise. Side-footed, sensationally saved by Brad Friedel. Henry having to drop deep, looking for the ball, trying to make things happen. Good attitude from Henry. Almost shoves his teammate Youngberg out of the way. Wants to get it in there, wants an equaliser. That's not bad. Friedel does exceptionally well again. Had he not got that fingertip touch, there was a man waiting at the far post. Bilton. Arsenal still playing at this fantastic pace. That was obstruction. Looks pleadingly at the linesman. There was a similar situation not so long ago. This time the referee believes the story. Final few seconds of the first half tick away. Go for goal! Oh, it's a master stroke of luck! And Edu's prayers are answered. What a bizarre day he's having. I do wonder if it took a touch in there. Didn't seem to come off anybody. But at last, Arsenal get a stroke of luck. Edu gives it to Henry. Started the second half in a deep-lying position. Henry looking for 2 at the far post. Kanu with Gilberto Silva. Audacious attempt by Kanu to get around Johansson and Taylor. It's a long way around the 6'5" defender. Ostenstad. Tugai. Ostenstad the quickest to get to the ball. He passes on responsibility, which is taken by York. A former Manchester United man scores against Arsenal. Tugai hit it. Ostenstad, a veteran striker, teased it past Sigan, and a typical Dwight York chip over
a little surprising that he missed the target. Barosh. Zhao. Schmitzer. Carragher to Harmat. Davis trying to stay with it. Murphy. Oh, that's magnificent. That's Danny Murphy. And that's finally a goal for Liverpool. There was some suggestion, and I think Spurs slightly bought it, that Murphy was going to let this run. Defenders moved across. Murphy kept it for himself and knew exactly what he wanted. And promise became fulfilment. Richards, tidily done, and with a pass as well. He can go on into the middle, Dean Richards. This is the newly arrived Achimovic. Richards! He did go on into the middle. He's the scorer, and he had a big part in the build-up as well. It's a Tottenham goal at Anfield. Come on, says Ben Hoddle. So Achimovic curled it away from those trying to... Richards in the middle, and the centre-back planted the header. Ferdinand. Davis passes on to the flick. And we get Keane in the clear, away from Risa. Touch from Barosh, Owen behind him. Brush Perry aside. Back at him now, he's stripped him again. Michael Owen for Liverpool. Stephen Carr brings him down. It's a penalty. Earned by Owen, but will it be taken by Owen? Carr certainly caught him. Here we go, 5 minutes left. Michael Owen, Liverpool 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Is he going to be the match winner yet again?
We were a bit down really half-time, thinking we hadn't produced enough good football to open them up, and you know, a few of the staff said, don't worry, it happens. You know, it's as we've seen around the games today, Arsenal and Man United, it does happen. And I think second half we played a lot more positively. The game opened up a bit, and in the end probably just edged it. I mean, there were chances both ends, and Tottenham played really well. I think they're probably one of the best sides we've played this season. But I think, you know, in chances created, we probably just pipped it at the end.
We felt we perhaps deserved something. We've had like 2 games now against Manchester United, Liverpool, and they're the benchmark, and we were a bit unfortunate to lose both of them, but you know, we're learning all the time, and I think we're getting better all the time. We're showing a bit of resilience that perhaps that Tottenham haven't shown in the past.
Manchester United look to close the gap on the top 2 against Aston Villa. That's after Steve Banyard's first round-up.
It's often said that things come in threes. While a win could put Chelsea in the top 3, defeat for West Brom could leave them in the bottom 3. Gianfranco Zola's goals in a 3-0 win at Main Road meant he was the Barclaycard English Premier League's leading scorer with 8 coming into the weekend. Chelsea's season had looked in danger of imploding at the start of the month, so the Blues were determined to end the month on a high. 2 goals in a week for Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank after scoring his first Premiership goal of the season in open play last week. If the Dutchman was fired up, so too was the manager. Hasselbank was making his 100th start for Chelsea. It was now 1 short of 50 Premiership goals for the club. Hasselbank could claim an assist, but it was Graham Lasso who claimed his first league goal since December as the ball came back off Phil Gilchrist. Gary Mason's men had rescued a point against Birmingham last week after an unfortunate own goal from Darren Moore. So would fate be smiling on the Baggies this week? It didn't seem so. Carlo Cudicini and Chelsea could count themselves rather lucky that Andy Johnson's header came back off the post. As West Brom rallied, midfielder Marshall was sacrificed to make way for hitman Hughes. But there was no rebound for the substitute after Clement's thumping drive against the bar. For Albion, 1 point from the last 15 now. On this evidence, West Brom's season will surely improve. 3 points for Chelsea to keep them 8 points off the leaders.
I didn't get my form as I normally wanted, but I'm getting there and I'm working very hard, and it's important that the team is picking up points, and hopefully I can get the same form that I have had last season.
The Senegal flag was displayed at St Andrews as a mark of respect to Birmingham's Aliou Cissé. 9 of his relatives were killed in a recent ferry accident off the coast of Gambia. Kevin Keegan made a key tactical change for this one to try and end a run of 6 league games without a win, preferring defensive steel to creative skill. No place for the talents of Ali Benabia and Sean Wright-Phillips, but a more prominent role for Sunji Hyde. It was a tactic that paid off. The first goal scored by a Chinese player in the Barclaycard English Premier League. Steve Bruce's Birmingham had met the Main Road men 3 times last season. They'd lost every one, and in fact Manchester City had won the previous 6 meetings. Clinton Morrison had the best of Birmingham's chances, but couldn't get past Carlo Nash in for flu victim Peter Schmeichel. Kevin Horlock came on for the visitors in the second half, and in tandem with Marc-Vivien Foé opened the way for Nicola Anelka. These were Manchester City's first goals in 5 top-flight matches, and enough to give them the psychological boost of lifting them out of the bottom 3. The new tactics were a success, less cavalier, all-rounded.
I honestly felt by this time, away from home, looking at the fixtures, Arsenal was going to be tough, Leeds was going to be tough, but Southampton, Aston Villa, and West Ham, and here I thought we'd do better. But fair dues to the players today. You know, I picked a team to do a job, and they did a terrific job for the club. And there was a lot of pluses, and there's maybe still 1 or 2 things to work on. But I think we thoroughly deserve what we got here today, which was 3 points.